The clash at Anfield between Liverpool and Real Madrid wasn't just a battle for points. It was a tactical chess match, a test of footballing philosophies between two brilliant minds, Arne Slot and Xabi Alonso. There was a special kind of electricity in the air. The moment Trent Alexander-Arnold stepped back onto the Anfield turf, this time wearing the colors of the opposition, it felt like history was writing a new chapter for both clubs. From the opening whistle, the intensity was off the charts. Both sides pressed high, transitioned at breakneck speed, and played with a ferocity that embodied modern football at its finest. In the first 45 minutes, Xabi Alonso's blueprint was clear. Real Madrid's five-man midfield, Bellingham, Tchouaméni, Camavinga, Arda Güler, and Valverde, was designed to dominate the center of the park and blunt Liverpool's trademark pressing. It worked. Madrid kept the ball moving with remarkable composure, dictating tempo and silencing the Anfield roar, at least for a while. It was the perfect plan to neutralize Liverpool's emotional momentum. But Liverpool at Anfield are never a team to be intimidated. They had less of the ball, yet they dictated the narrative and turned one man in white into the star of the half, Thibaut Courtois. And when you hear Courtois' name being called over and over, you know Liverpool are turning the screw. Under relentless pressure from the Reds, Courtois stood like a wall of granite. The Belgian pulled off 4 world-class saves, 3 of them denying Szoboszlai, who was simply on fire. Each strike from Szoboszlai carried venom and precision, including one powerful one-on-one effort. Yet Courtois stayed calm, his reflexes razor-sharp, pushing every dangerous shot to safety. He commanded his area with authority, timing his runs, claiming crosses, and radiating confidence to the defenders in front of him. Thanks to his heroics, Real Madrid somehow survived the storm of the first half. Courtois wasn't just a goalkeeper tonight. He was an inspiration, a living signal that Madrid still had hope in this fierce battle. As for Liverpool, Dominik Szoboszlai was the heartbeat of their attack in that first half. Dynamic, fearless, always testing Madrid's backline. One of the defining moments came when Szoboszlai unleashed a thunderous shot from outside the box that struck Aurélien Tchouaméni's arm inside the penalty area. Anfield erupted, but then, silence. All eyes turned to the referee. Every second felt like an eternity as VAR reviewed the play. You could almost feel the tension in the stands, the collective breath held by thousands. In the end, no penalty. The decision was that Tchouaméni hadn't deliberately handled the ball. He had simply thrown himself in front of the shot to block it. As the second half kicked off, Real Madrid began to lose their rhythm. Liverpool's relentless pressing closed every passing lane, suffocating Madrid's build-up from the back. Even with the blistering pace of Mbappé and Vinicius Jr., the connection between the two wasn't quite there. Their runs lacked timing, their combinations lacked bite, and as a result, Real's attacks fizzled out before ever threatening Mamardashvili's goal. They dominated possession, yes, but it was sterile possession, the kind that looks neat on a stat sheet but never makes a heartbeat race. And then came the moment that changed everything. In the 61st minute, Anfield exploded. Dominik Szoboszlai, once again the architect, whipped in a stunning delivery that found Alexis Mac Allister ghosting into the box at the perfect moment. Despite not being the tallest player on the pitch, Mac Allister rose above the Madrid defense. A perfectly timed header that left Thibaut Courtois, the hero of the first half, rooted to the spot. It was a goal of precision, intelligence, and pure teamwork. A move that shattered the tension inside Anfield and sent the Kop into absolute delirium. That goal wasn't just about 3 points. It was about belief. It was about a team rediscovering its identity, clawing its way back after weeks of struggle. It was the sound of Liverpool saying, "We're still here." From that point on, the Reds showed their maturity. They slowed the tempo, kept their shape, and managed the game with icy composure, protecting their hard-earned lead with discipline and heart. When the final whistle blew, there was no doubt who deserved it. Liverpool had delivered a performance that was smart, gritty, and efficient. They didn't need to dominate the ball. They dominated the moments that mattered. Under Arne Slot, this Liverpool side has learned to blend tactical structure with that unmistakable Anfield spirit. As for Real Madrid, the talent was there, The execution wasn't. Their attacks lacked sharpness, their final passes missed that usual spark. The chemistry between their forwards faltered under Liverpool's suffocating pressure. Even as they pushed harder in the dying minutes, they simply couldn't break through. In the end, it was a masterclass in game management from Liverpool, a reminder that football isn't always about who keeps the ball longer, but who uses it better. And for Real Madrid, a valuable lesson. Possession without purpose means nothing when you face a team that presses, bites, and fights like Liverpool. Real Madrid may have controlled 57% of the possession at Anfield, but numbers can be deceiving. Despite seeing more of the ball, they managed just 7 shots all game, only 2 of them on target. That stat tells the story. Madrid's attack lacked the sharp edge, the fluidity, and the killer instinct required at this level. They moved the ball well, but couldn't turn possession into penetration. The spaces Liverpool left were never truly exploited, and the link-up play in the final third was disjointed, leaving their forwards frustrated and isolated. For all their talent, Los Blancos looked blunt where it mattered most. Liverpool, on the other hand, looked alive again. After a difficult stretch of form, they stepped up and produced a performance worthy of a contender. The Reds were ruthless, 15 shots, 10 on target, and a constant sense of danger every time they surged forward. It wasn't just about effort, it was about efficiency. The pressing was coordinated, the transitions were electric, and every attack carried intent. It was the kind of performance that reminded everyone why Liverpool are never truly out of the conversation. No matter how rough the patch, Anfield always finds a way to resurrect belief. As for Trent Alexander-Arnold, his much-anticipated return to Anfield in the white of Real Madrid turned out to be a night to forget. The homegrown hero, once the pride of the COP, started on the bench and was only introduced in the 81st minute. The crowd gave him a mix of applause and emotion, but the moment was fleeting. There simply wasn't enough time for him to make an impact. No trademark crosses, no decisive moments, just the quiet realization that football moves on, even for its icons. Liverpool's victory over Real Madrid was more than just a result. It was a lesson in adaptability, teamwork, and the danger of relying too heavily on one superstar, no matter how brilliant he is. Throughout the match, as Real Madrid chased the game, Kylian Mbappé was everywhere. He ran, he pressed, he demanded the ball, constantly trying to spark something out of nothing. His energy and drive were unquestionable. But even a player of Mbappé's caliber can only do so much when the system around him fails to evolve. That was the story of Madrid's night. A great player isolated by a predictable plan. Liverpool read it perfectly. Slot's men were disciplined, compact, and patient. They cut off the supply lines, closed down the spaces Mbappé loves to attack, and made sure that even when he did get the ball, he was swarmed within seconds. In the end, this was a tactical masterclass, proof that football at the highest level is never won by individuals alone, but by systems that amplify collective strength. For Real Madrid, it's a timely reminder. Brilliance needs structure, and talent without balance rarely prevails against a team as cohesive as Liverpool. This wasn't just 3 points for the Reds, it was a statement, a message to Europe that Liverpool remain a force to be reckoned with on the biggest stage. After a turbulent spell, they've rediscovered their resilience, their rhythm, and that unmistakable Anfield fire. Real Madrid, meanwhile, will see this as a setback, not a disaster. They've been exceptional in La Liga this season, but this defeat exposes the fine margins that separate good from great in the Champions League. It ends their perfect run under Xabi Alonso, a small shock, perhaps, but also a necessary wake-up call. Because nights like this remind every team, even Real Madrid, that football isn't only about talent or possession or legacy. It's about execution, patience, and unity. Liverpool turned home advantage and spirit into a golden goal, then defended it with steel and intelligence. Real Madrid, despite all their stars and history, were undone by a team that simply wanted it more and knew exactly how to get it. Still, there's no need for panic in Madrid. The road to the knockout rounds is long, and this defeat might just become the spark they need to recalibrate and come back stronger.